March is Women's History Month, and our next guest says it's a great opportunity to talk about the challenges women face when it comes to money. Welcome financial advisor and regular Money Monday guest, Rob Wilson. Rob, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me
this morning. I can't wait to hear more about this topic. Tell me how I can get more money.
Well, you know what? Women's issues in the workplace and financial issues have been in the news lately. Marissa Mayer, who is the new CEO of Yahoo, who, by the way, was hired when she was 5 months pregnant, recently came out and said she was eliminating the company's work from home policy. Shortly after that, Best Buy followed suit. And so I think women felt a little bit of a slap in the face because they felt like she would understand those issues a little bit more. And while as many men as women tend to telecommute, it seemed to have been the holy grail, being able to work from home for working mothers. And so, yeah, I thought it was a good time to talk through a little bit of those issues and what women can do to sort of mitigate that.
Absolutely. So what can we do? What are some of the top things?
Well, it was a very interesting interview last night on 60 Minutes. Sheryl Sandberg, who's the COO of Facebook, recently just came out with a new book called Lean In, and where she's really talking about that women need to take more charge and control of their careers. And so I have a list of here what I call the Sandberg 6. These are 6 points that she says women should pay more attention to. And the first one is that, you know, it seems like women feel the need to hold back. They don't really want to be seen as too smart or too successful, and I think that's the way you know, society has socialized women coming up. And so you got to resist the urge to not want to put yourself out in that way. The second one is women tend to play it a little bit too safe at work and don't want to take risks or take on those major opportunities that are going to potentially catapult you in your career. The third one is worrying about, too much about being liked. And so, you know, women, a lot of us don't want to be seen be called bossy or anything like that in the workplace.
Especially if you're a woman.
Right. And there's also feeling of uncomfortableness when it comes to negotiation. There was a recent study that came out, and men tend to compare negotiation to a sport, you know, like playing football or basketball. Women compare this to getting a root canal.
Is it that bad?
Right, and so very uncomfortable with the idea of negotiation, don't want to ask too much. And then the last one is women have trouble choosing the right partner. Marriage is definitely one of the biggest personal decisions that you can make, but it's also one of the biggest career decisions that you can make, because it's very difficult to have a solid work life and a home life if the two of you aren't working together.
Certainly, yeah, you need that support at home as well to succeed in your career. So how do you manage to do those things? I mean, those are all interesting points that you're saying, but how do you not be bossy? Well, you know, what are the tactics that you use? I mean, all of those are it's great what you're saying, but and I think that a lot of women deal with those issues. How do you get ahead?
I think it really just all stems from confidence. If you understand that you have something to offer, I mean, I have a lot of female clients. I talk to other women who are trying to better themselves financially, and there's a feeling that they just don't value their skills as they should in the workplace, and this is obviously going to come back to affect your wallet at the end of the day. So what we know is that there's a pay disparity that still exists. Women tend to make 80 cents on the dollar when compared to men, and part of that is because women tend to be associated with so-called pink collar jobs like education and nursing, medical fields.
Pink collar jobs. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, white collar, blue collar, now you have pink collar.
Okay.
And those jobs tend to pay a little bit less overall. Women tend to spend more time out of the workforce. Obviously, you know, if you're having children or you're caring for your family, women can spend an average of 11 years out of the workforce. And if you think about that, that's time that you're not earning money, you're not putting any funds away in your retirement account, and you don't have insurance, and so your costs are higher. Women obviously live longer than men, and some of my friends say that's because women worry men to death, but I didn't come up with that. That's not my saying. I just heard that. But women tend to live 7 years longer than men, and 75% of women will eventually be widows at some point, and on average they'll become widows at age 56. And so you've got a lot of women who didn't really manage their finances when they were married, and then all of a sudden you become the breadwinner and you have all of those responsibilities. And we also know that 50% of marriages end in divorce. So, you know, women need to be understand and mindful that at some point they are going to be responsible for their financial future.
Right. Do you see that times are changing though? Because I know that we have more Fortune 500 CEOs that are women than we have in many years, right?
It's In all time.
In all time.
So last year I was here talking about this topic. There were 15 female CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Now there are 20. Marissa Mayer is the youngest female CEO to ever lead a Fortune 500 company. The unfortunate thing about that is that it's only 4% of the Fortune 500, and so you've got a lot more room to work there. So a couple of the things that I think women can really start doing right now. And the first overall thing is just ask. You sometimes we get not because we ask not. And so if you want to be paid more, Sheryl Sandberg last night in 60 Minutes made a good point that when she got the offer from Facebook, she almost just took the first offer that they gave her without negotiating or with benefits or salary or anything. And her husband said, "Wait a second, don't just take the first offer. At least make them feel like they reached because you're worth it."
Absolutely.
And I think women need to foster that feeling that they're worth it and what their value is in the marketplace. The second thing is pursue these higher paying jobs, in engineering, in becoming doctors and lawyers, because it's not just a good old boy network anymore. As we said, there are more female CEOs, and women are getting more college degrees than men and have been for 30 years. And so the educational level is there. You've just got to really stretch and try to get those jobs. And the last thing is select a good partner. And this goes for men and women, but if you don't have a good partner there that's going to support you and are in line with your goals, it's going to be difficult for you to really achieve what you want to achieve.
Absolutely. All of those are fantastic points. Rob Wilson, as always, we thank you for coming
Thanks
to
for
talk
having me.
with us. And I'm going to try out some of those and I'll get back with you.
Let me know how it
goes. All right. Thank you very much.
To succeed is not the girl who gets a date to the prom, and I was worried enough about that.
You were embarrassed.
I was embarrassed.